the last episode, we have generated Mimi from a disc called The Struts. That's the group, and Everybody Wants. That's the album title, so it reads, Everybody Wants the Struts. Tee-hee. Of course the Akamura would be interested in something like that. Anyway, so at the end of the last episode, I mentioned that I was going to mention some oddities in my mind, and it's not that odd. I think anyone who suffers depression or depression-like symptoms probably knows what I'm about to talk about. But when you have those kinds of issues and your mind is on yourself, oh god, it's so large. It's so large. Ugh. Damn it, Hackhound, why? Ugh. God, porn stars go through a bleaching process to take care of that shit. Ugh. Ugh, God. Anyway. What the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, depression. That's a good way to start it. So, my job at Walmart entails me basically being away from the public for long stretches at a time, and by myself. And this sort of ties into what I was talking about yesterday about when I have to, your focus is fine, actually. When I have to, or when I play games by myself, it's a little too easy for me to get inside my own head and start, oh boy. Okay, this is another one of the Visley arenas, which means I'm going to have to cut the game audio during the battles, or else I'm going to get dinged for copyright content IDs. Alright, so I've noticed that my mind is in the worst shape, when I'm by myself and when I'm not, or when I have too much time to think, basically. If I can lose myself in a job or a task or a movie or music or something, it's a little less bad. But I start to have just weird, intrusive thoughts when I don't have the ability to lose myself in a thing. And that includes video games here at home. When the Akamura isn't here, if I'm sitting here by myself, playing games, doing nothing else, sometimes I get inside my own head too much. I start to doubt myself. I think too much about what I should be doing, what I could be doing, the failures of my life, and so on and so forth. And it's a very dark, depressing road to go down, and a very unhealthy one, and it also doesn't let me accomplish anything. So I try not to do that, but it's hard sometimes, man. It's hard sometimes to keep your mind clear and to focus on the task at hand. But I think I'm getting better about it. Just some days are harder than others, and it really especially comes down to whether it's work or home. Because if it's at home, then I can play a game or watch a show. Although even that doesn't help either when I need to edit my book or shoot videos for the channel or something. Talking about it like this helps, and it helps clear my mind. But, again, that doesn't help at work. The worst part at work is if there's complete and total silence. Walmart has this habit of sometimes not running Walmart radio or any other kind of music, and it drives me a little batty when that happens. So I started listening to music on my own, because luckily no one seems to give a crap about me at Walmart or what I do, so I can just sometimes listen to music on my own in my own little corner if Walmart isn't playing any music. I've been better about that lately. They've been playing a lot of music lately. Anyway, so I'm sucking really badly in this one, and it's not just because of Loza's lack of dodge, but it's also because I entered the fight without that many guts, because he is not as well fed as I should have had him. Okay, then. I have a feeling this one is not going to turn out in my favor. Yes! Let's say I have to use counters on him. I don't have any other choice. Why did I use an accurate attack on that? It had a 99% chance of working. Whatever. But it looks like I'm not going to win anyway, because View has has run the table so far. If View wins this, then I'm finished. Yep, View won it. Okay, so the best we can do is second place. This has been an academic match. Makes me think I should put Loza on speed, huh? What do I have his goal at currently? Power 30. Alright, well, we'll switch him to speed after he gets finished with that goal. Loza still has some life left, too. He's only at life stage 3. I did not see the accuracy, so I didn't bother to count. Oh, God, I should have tried. Haha! Suck it! Alright. Well, at least he was competitive. Even if he didn't take the victory there. Why does the music have to be so sad just because I took second place? Come on, man. Second place isn't that bad. Especially not in the A class. So, finishing up the sad topic, or maybe I'll probably wind up going back to it a couple times during this session, is that I'm sitting here with a mic in front of my face, playing this game and like not doing anything else. It's just weird sometimes, isn't it? Maybe it's not. I don't know. For me, it feels weird. Even though you guys like it, it's sort of part of the job. Markiplier did a oh shit, Loza already hit level 30. That's what I get for talking. Okay, and Heckhound achieves his goal. Okay, so we're going to put Loza on speed. And I guess I'll just leave Heckhound on offense since he's doing fine. No. Alright, let's check Loza's speed real quick. Oh god, aliasing and pixelating and bullshit. Okay, so we'll put Loza on speed 20. Help his dodge rate. Heckhound was actually still fairly accurate, so I'm going to just leave him on power. So he'll be power 20, make that power 30. And Engel, again, we don't know what he's doing. I'm just leaving him on power for the moment. Mimi is working on hers, and Arith needs... What is Arith working on? I guess I'll put her on power as well. Even though she has power. Her power is actually really good still. Let's put her back on accuracy. Accuracy 25. Alright. Anyway. But just sitting... Markiplier did a game called Presentable Liberty, I believe. And it was a 1 hour video. Actually, I think it was an hour and a half. It was weird. He never does any videos that long. And he sort of started losing his mind toward the end because he was alone in the Grump space, the Game Grumps recording studio. And he was playing this game that was essentially a prison simulator where the only contact he had with the outside world in-game were letters that were given to him and slipped under the door. And I don't know how much he was playing it up, because Markiplier is good at playing stuff like that up, but he was talking about how he was going slowly insane because he realized how alone he was, not just in the game, but in real life, since he only had a mic in front of his face and didn't have any of the Grumps or any of his friends or anyone else there during his recording. He called it a life-changing game, which I do think was being played up a little bit. Regardless, the whole thing was really strange and sort of it was thought-provoking that he would be affected and a little overly conscious about the fact that he was sitting by himself recording. And it's funny how that works, because like if you're playing video games, you don't really think about it, but then sometimes you have this moment of clarity where you're like, you're a little too aware of what your thumbs are doing, and I don't know, like normally for a gamer, hitting buttons on the controller is almost muscle memory, and you don't think about it. It's just a thing that happens. Whereas in, but then once you have the conscious thought, you're like, I'm hitting the X with my thumb pad. Now I'm hitting it with more like my thumb knuckle. And I start to feel the smoothness of the plastic against my thumb, and the texture of the D-pad's a little different. And just those little thoughts add up. And then you start to slowly go insane. And I might have already crossed that line. I might be a little completely insane at this point. Yay! We're not giving him a chance to waste an attack. Oh, okay, I guess we are. No, we're not. No, we're not. Shit! Oh, you're killing me, Aerith. Yay! Yep, getting her accuracy up is a good idea. So, if I had 1,000 distractions while playing this game, I wouldn't have any of those thoughts, because I would have 1,000 distractions and it would keep my mind occupied. But such is life. Of course, one distraction I have is directly in front of my face, since I have the Sports Illustrated swimsuit calendar, and Emily Ratajkowski? Ratajkowski? I think that's how to I don't know how to pronounce her name. Is staring me in the face with her very skimpy string bikini. So that's a nice little distraction when I get a little too into seeing overly polygon figures, low polygon count figures. I don't know. Anyway. I think you know what I'm trying to say there. I am a horny old bastard. And yet I still play Monster Rancher 4. Because it's what I do. Okay, another victory for Aerith. She gets her first star. I thought I saw that someone doesn't have monster stars, which shouldn't make sense. Oh, Heckhound doesn't have stars because he just got promoted. Okay. Alright, so we're going to take that away from Aerith and give it to Heckhound, and then for the tag match, they can work together. And nobody else has any matches until the next official one. Okay. And like that. 5-on-5, that won't matter. Oh man, the next official one's forever away. Forever away. That's all I can do for now, though. That's all I can do. There's going to be a lot of training and very few contests because of how thin how few the contests are this late in the game. Let's see. Okay, so for Mimi, we need to get Mimi's bonding up to maybe, hopefully, a quarter. Where's the bonding? Oh, there it is. Jesus, right in front of my face. So she's barely started. Ugh, man, this is gonna take a while. Okay, lively, accuracy, and you need speed. Ooh, the pitching mac. I don't know if Loza can handle that at his age, but we'll see. Oh wait, he's only life stage 3, as I said before. Yeah, he's fine. Alright, Heckhound, you get to rest. Angle, you get to... Wait, you still have your focus. Go work on the sandbag. I think that's everybody. Someone in the comments advised me not to rest my monsters if they are feeling lively. So I will take that under advisement. Because apparently if you rest them while they're lively, they lose health, which is... crappy, but duly noted. Why is your focus so garbage? Is it just because you're tired? Let's see, you'll probably go one more, so I'll stuff a melon down your throat. You have to go on a little shopping excursion soon, get some more melons. I forget where to even buy those. Let's see... Ooh, you are very hungry, Heckhound. I'm sorry, have a salmon. That's a huge salmon. Relaxing games like this add to my I wouldn't say dark thoughts, but at least those kinds of self-reflective thoughts. because if I'm playing a game that requires a lot more attention to be paid, then obviously I wouldn't think about that kind of stuff because I'd have something to occupy my mind with. But Monster Rancher is a very relaxing game if you ignore the battles. And even the battles are still kind of relaxing. It's not, even though it's real time, it doesn't feel real time. It still kind of feels menu based. You know, I don't know. It's just one of those games that's nice and relaxing to play. Conversely to, say, Fight Night Champion, which requires pretty much my entire attention to be paid to it when I'm playing it, which is why I'm glad I'm doing that series with the Akamura, since otherwise I just can't think fast enough to commentate while playing. It's weird. But I'm hoping that the Akamura joins me for a few of these too. She actually told me she didn't want to... I invited her to commentate with me for this series for Monster Rancher 4, and she said, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And I'm like, we're to the point where we're not talking about the game that much anymore. Unless you guys are sending me comments like that piece of advice. And I apologize to whoever sent me that advice. I forgot. I'm starting to get names mixed up. Since, as I said in the last episode, that's the one thing I don't retain. I will try to take that under advisement. I haven't read any of the information regarding how lifespans are calculated. I know that stuff is very much public knowledge, and like Kalo knows everything there is to know about Monster Rancher 2, so I think he knows how life ages are calculated. I think he hasn't memorized, or if he doesn't, he can quickly figure it out or knows the websites or whatever. Whereas with Monster Rancher 4, if anyone does have all that information, I don't, and I haven't looked for it. There was a website that everyone pointed me to that still has frames. I talked about that. That's how old of a website it is. But its information is still good. I think it's Neopets. Monster Rancher Metropolis or something like that. And that is where I gathered some of my early info, but I just... With most games, I don't really care all that much to get more than the bare minimum of info. And Heckhound's Ear Slap is very slowly starting to not be useful. Yes! Boof! And follow that shit up with another Ear Slap. Or a charge. Alright, if you want to push me away, that's fine. Boof. Suck it, Iron. These battles are a lot closer than they have been. I'm used to dominating these matches. I am no longer dominating. You got this, Heckhound. So our next monster will be a... Our next monster, when Aerith passes away, will be the offspring of Ryu and Zion, because of both of their high intelligence and accuracies. And hopefully that'll get me where I need to be. I have a feeling that at a certain point the generation strength is going to top off. So like, you know, a Generation 2 monster is very clearly better than a Generation 1. But I don't know if a Generation 3 is all that much better than a Generation 2. And I have a feeling there's a way... I assume the system just works in such a way that there are diminishing returns. So if you ever have like a theoretical Generation 10 monster, it's not going to be all of that strong. You can't just stick it in the S-class immediately. Although, again, I could be mistaken, and feel free to correct me in the comments, because I do still read every comment, and I try to take your advice under advisement. So that's why we are going to be continuing our... That's weird. I knew we were going to get thunderstorms. I just heard the thunderstorms starting up outside my apartment when this screen loaded and it started raining in-game. Just had a mental disconnect. I think I need to get away, especially since we're at 20 minutes. So, Yeah, anyway, I read all the comments. If you guys have advice for me, let me know. Just remember it's 2 weeks between sessions, so I may not... if you comment on this episode, you're not going to see any changes to what I do for another 6 or 7 episodes. It's just the way time works. But I do read your comments, and I do try to keep your advice under advisement and try to work in as much as I can, because I want to get somewhere. I want to get to the S-Class. I want to get through the S-Class. We just don't have any monsters who can get there yet. But I think we're on the right track anyway. So, thank you all very much for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, and all that. Tell your friends the channel exists. I want more subs. But either way, I will see you tomorrow for another episode.